So after more than a decade of debate, Republicans in North Carolina expanded Medicaid in the state last year, giving hundreds of thousands of residents coverage. Who supports the Trump administration and Republicans in Congress potentially making billions of dollars of cuts to Medicaid? Show of fingers. Who supports billions of dollars of cuts to Medicaid? None of you do. Why do you oppose these cuts? Butch, why do you oppose?
Because the people that need them, I mean, they really need them. I mean, they need it for their health. They need to be able to survive with medications and things like that. So, I mean, it's completely necessary to support our people that are in need.
Okay.
Uh,
Different reason why you oppose the cuts?
Well, I would just say that, a healthy country is a strong company, and there's no reason why, we cannot offer health care in this country. No reason whatsoever.
Okay, got it. Thanks, Butch. So your one of your U.S. senators up for re-election next year, Thom Tillis. If he votes for these Medicaid cuts, how many of you would say you'd be less likely to vote for him in the midterm elections?
I ain't gonna vote for no way.
All 6 of you would be less likely to vote for him. Okay, thank you. How many of you would say you're likely to vote for him now? None of you are likely to vote for him now. Okay, and why not?
He hasn't done much for North Carolina, in my opinion.
Okay. Any other reasons? By a show of fingers, who feels like you don't know what Tillis has been doing for North Carolina? Who feels that way? You have no idea. You really don't know what Tillis has been doing. Wait, all 6 of you. Okay, got it. So Tillis has also been a staunch defender of funding Ukraine's war against Russia. By a show of fingers, for how many of you is that support for Ukraine a negative thing that you'll hold against Tillis in next year's campaign? For one of you, Karen. Karen, why is it a negative for you?
Because we don't need to be sending more money to other countries, especially Ukraine. We've given them enough already.
Okay. By a show of fingers, who approves of how President Trump has approached the war between Ukraine and Russia? Who approves of how Trump has handled and approached the war between Ukraine and Russia? None of you approve it?
I'm not sure.
No one would say proactively that you approve it.
No, I think it's all smoke and mirrors.
His approach has been smoke and mirrors?
Yeah.
Why else do you not approve it? Shauna, why do you not approve his handling of Ukraine and Russia?
It's been all over the place. It has not been a consistent plan, and I'm very much about strategy and plan in what he's doing, and it doesn't make sense to me.
I agree with Shauna. It's been all over the place.
Okay, got it. All right. One of this North Carolina specific question. So Duke University and UNC, both leading universities and major employers in your state, are making spending cuts in response to President Trump's slashing of federal research dollars. By a show of fingers, who approves of how the president is treating research funding? Approve of how he's handling the question of research funding. He's cutting research funding back substantially. Who approves of that? So none of you approve of that. And why not? Then we need to cut the budget back? Kimberly?
So it just seems like he's just cutting everything, and it's not. I mean, it's cutting in the wrong places. I mean, I understand it's for research purposes, but I think it's money that these departments need to continue education.
Okay. Any other reasons why you're unhappy with these cuts or oppose them?
I would say if it was like more specific, maybe, but once again, this is just bull in a china shop approach to everything.
Okay.
I agree. I would need more specifics. What exactly is being cut?
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, I'll say yeah. Also, these students that get these cuts, these are like the next scientists, the next researchers. You know, who's going to find the next cancer cures and all the good things. I think he's just going with it, just to go.
Okay. Got it. So after more than a decade of debate, Republicans in North Carolina expanded Medicaid in the state last year, giving hundreds of thousands of residents coverage. Who supports the Trump administration and Republicans in Congress potentially making billions of dollars of cuts to Medicaid? One person, Alex. Who opposes those cuts? Show of fingers. Who opposes the cuts to Medicaid? 5 of you do. All right. Rashid, why do you oppose the cuts?
Because a lot of poor families are benefiting from the Medicare, so Medicaid.
Okay. Any other reasons other than what Rashid said for why you oppose the cuts?
I have clients that I work with who count on that.
Okay. So one of your senators, Tom Tillis, is running for re-election next year. And how many of you would say if Tillis votes for these Medicaid cuts, you'd be less likely to vote for him in that election? Show of fingers. Who would say you'd be less likely to vote for Tillis if you voted for Medicaid cuts? 5 of you would be. Okay. How many of you are likely to vote for Tillis in the first place? Just 1. So for 4 of you, you're not particularly likely to vote for him to begin with, and this would just make it less likely. Is that fair? Okay. Ashley, tell me why you're not likely to vote for him.
It's stuff that I've seen that he's done in campaigns, and honestly, I can't vividly remember it. I just remember it. I didn't like him. I just seen so much stuff on TV recently, not too recently, but around election time, that just had a bad imprint on my mind. You say his name, I don't. It's like saying Joe Biden to me, kind of.
Okay. By a show of fingers, who feels it? By a show of fingers, for the 6 of you, who feels as though you don't know enough about Tom Tillis to have an opinion about him either way? It feels like you just don't know like what he's been up to. About 3 of you. Okay. Got it. So another question about Tillis. As I mentioned, he's up for re-election last year, and he's a staunch defender of funding Ukraine's war against Russia. By a show of fingers, for how many of you is that support for Ukraine a negative thing that you'll hold against Tillis in next year's election? 3 of you. Jason C., why are you holding that against him?
I think this war needed to end a long time ago. I have beliefs that they're trying to push the war towards a higher outcome instead of end it. And I'd be looking more forward a candidate who is looking to end it.
Okay, so Tillis's approach is ending it means Ukraine needs to win. That doesn't work for you.
No, No. Ending it as possibly like peace or, but not winning. Yeah.
Got it. Jennifer, why is it not a plus for you? You tend to support. Tell us why would his support for Ukraine not be a positive for you?
I think the war should have ended a long time ago. It shouldn't have happened in the first place. And these people who just wanted to go on and on and on need to stop, needs to end.
Okay. So, got it. By a show of fingers, who approves of how President Trump has approached the war between Ukraine and Russia? Two of you, just two of you. Alex, why do you approve?
I think he's, making an effort, while at the same time limiting backing, which I think should have never escalated to the point that it did.
Okay. And Ashley, what about you? Why do you support what the president's doing in Ukraine?
He's finally making Zelensky and himself talk, like the president of the United States and Zelensky talk, and then he's trying to talk to Putin whenever he wants to listen, but he's negotiating more, pulling back the purse strings and helping Ukraine financially, and actually trying to get them to sit down and talk to each other instead of just putting gasoline on a fire.
Okay. For those of you who don't approve of how Trump is handling Russia and Ukraine, why not? Rashid, do you have any thoughts on?
Yeah, because since President Trump took office, there's nothing happened. Just the war going, and he said he's gonna end it in 1 week or something. He didn't do that.
Okay. Jason, what about you? Why are you not supporting what President Trump is doing in Ukraine?
Yeah, I think there was promises that the war would end as soon as he took office, and with the way these news cycles are spinning out, I don't even know what the latest update is on that front. It seems like, there's not a lot of information on any progress with ending it.
Okay, Jason H, same or different?
Similar to what Jason said about the news, it seems like they'll let us know about the Ukraine war whenever they feel appropriate, but it's not like the top of the headline, so you almost forget that it's going on until they're ready to tell you about it again.
Okay, got it. Okay. Two major universities in your state, Duke and UNC, both leading universities and major employers in the state, are making spending cuts in response to President Trump's slashing of federal research dollars. Cutting back a lot of money that's being given to universities for research. By a show of fingers, who approves of how the president is treating research funding? Two of you. Three of you, sorry. Jennifer, why do you approve of it?
Very grateful that he's coming out against gain of function testing, and that's something that those universities you mentioned, I think they've both been doing, and it's terrifying. And our college campuses, our colleges have gotten really out of control, particularly the private institutions, and they're charging so much money to attend and then taking millions of dollars from the government too.
Okay. So from your perspective, because the president is cutting research funding, if he's cutting research funding like scientific research, clinical trials, those types of things, you're okay with those kinds of cuts too?
We'd have to look at each one and see what it is. If it's gain of function testing, if it's the mRNA vaccines, which I was injured by, then I probably don't have a problem with that being cut. No, it would depend on the program. If it's transgender research, I'd probably not have a problem with that. It just depends what it is. Obviously, there are some things that are great that we do want to be funded.
Okay, got it. those of you who are not okay, why are you not okay with the president's cutting of some of this? I'm sorry, why do you not approve of how the president's treating research funding?
Honestly, this is the first I'm hearing about it, so I really need to be more informed. I feel to make a comment. I do agree with what Jennifer said. It would be more important for me to understand exactly the specifics about what's being cut. So,
okay, got it.
It just seems that he cuts things arbitrarily. Like we're gonna cut spending to this, and there's no rhyme or reason. So I would be opposed to that.
Got it. Okay.